Today on CCX News, concerns from a city about high-risk sex offenders, why Brooklyn Park is tracing it to an alarming increase in group homes. Thanks again for joining us. Police in Brooklyn Park say they're seeing an influx of high-risk sex offenders moving into their city. They say the problem is attributed to group homes.
It really became a concern for us when I realized not only did we have a high number, but we were seeing people being kicked out of neighboring cities and then coming here because we didn't have an ordinance.
Level 3 sex offenders have been deemed the highest risk to reoffend. 7 have moved into Brooklyn Park just this year. That makes for a total of 19 Level 3 offenders living within the city limits. Cities have some power to regulate where offenders can live, but Brooklyn Park doesn't have any of those ordinances in place. Police are asking the city council to consider creating new regulations.
We're bearing the brunt and the burden of this much more than cities that are close to us in size.
Brooklyn Park Police expect to bring back details on a potential ordinance change to the city council in about a month. Meanwhile, Brooklyn Park Police are asking for help bringing home 2 missing vulnerable women, one of them linked to a group home. 31-year-old Hannah Dawn was last seen leaving her group home in Brooklyn Park on Tuesday. Law enforcement says she is without her medication and there are concerns about her mental health. Meanwhile, police sent out an alert to help find 65-year-old Jean Bainham. She was last seen in January at a bus stop near Zane and Oak Grove Parkway. Her family is concerned about her well-being since she has not been in contact with them for an extended period of time. Anyone with information about either case should contact Brooklyn Park Police. In Maple Grove, more than 100 medtech workers will be laid off after their company announced a plant closure. Teleflex notified the state of the layoffs, which take effect starting July 1st. The company is based near Philadelphia. Its facility on Sycamore Court in Maple Grove is expected to shut down completely by next March. No reason has been given for the closure. Teleflex designs and manufactures medical devices used in surgery and critical care. North Memorial Health is leading an effort to help keep kids safe. At Maple Grove Hospital, parents and their children could pick up bike helmets at reduced costs just in time for bike season. Almost half of sports head injuries in young children come from biking, skateboarding, or skating incidents, according to Stanford Medicine. That's what makes wearing a helmet so important. Trauma Program Coordinator Robin Trubeck says this is one of many efforts to protect kids from brain injuries.
I think injury prevention in general is something that we take a lot of pride in and work really hard to do to keep our community safe.
Trubeck says each helmet is $15, half of what you can get at a retail store. They're provided at that discount through the nonprofit Safe Kids Worldwide. Each year, North Memorial sells between 60 and 100 helmets at the Maple Grove location. This weekend, a local theater group is doing something different, putting on its first ever Broadway brunch. SOAR Regional Arts is performing the music of Mamma Mia during one unique dining experience. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl gives us a taste.
Like the super trooper, lights are gonna find me, shining like the sun.
So it's like a fun, shorter version of Mamma Mia, the musical. It's taken from a bunch of the well-known ABBA songs. And we decided to make the show version of it. And so that's about like a 30, 45-minute show.
Under attack, I'm taking cover.
It's definitely been a unique experience doing these songs in such an immersive fashion, you know, instead of just being on stage, interacting with the people on stage, we get to be out with everybody, interacting. I get to have like moments of connection with different people.
Come and rescue me now, 'cause I'm falling apart.
I've never been part of such an immersive show before, but I think it'll help us as actors get our energy up because we get to be more interactive with the crowd versus sitting in an auditorium where we can't really see the crowd.
I just hope people have so much fun because we're not doing the full show. We're just giving everyone the chance to have a big ABBA dance party, which is what I wanted coming into this experience. So I hope that everybody else kind of walks away having a blast with some of the greatest songs in the world stuck in their head.
There will be Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, all the big hits, a couple of the slower numbers too, but for the most part, we just hope that people come and enjoy themselves and have fun, dance along a little bit maybe.
Come and rescue me now, 'cause I'm falling apart.
I would love the audience to have a joyful experience when they're here with their friends and family and just go out to see a show that's a little bit easier to go to because sometimes it's hard to find the time in an evening to go out and see a full show. This will give you a nice bite-sized meal of a show with friends and family and fun.
Somewhere in the crowd there's you.
Performances take place this Saturday at 10 and noon at BK Tap House in St. Michael. For tickets and more information, you can go to ccxmedia.org. And finally, this segment, why it's the perfect time of year to visit North Hennepin Community College.
On this wall, it's all still lifes. And I think that the range that you find from here in this painting, romantic dinner date, with a few aliens thrown in, I think is really both fun and interesting to see that combination.
These are just some of the 105 art pieces on display for the college's annual student art show. You'll find everything from fashion and graphic design pieces to something new, video art. And that's not all.
I think that when you come through the doors here at the gallery, you get a little window onto what interests each and every student, because oftentimes they will make drawings or paintings or photographs of the things that they love.
All the work was selected by a panel of judges. One of the pieces is truly inspiring, a ceramic bowl handcrafted by a North Hennepin student who is blind. We'll leave you now with more of what you'll see.
As fields dry out and the weather warms a bit, local baseball teams are getting their first games in. Armstrong had its opener against defending state class 3A champ Totino-Grace Tuesday.
Totino-Grace visits Armstrong in Northwest Suburban Conference baseball. Both starting pitchers excel. Grace's Kellen Westfall gets the strikeout here. He throws 4 scoreless innings for the Eagles. Will Hofrage of Armstrong goes 5 innings, allowing just 1 hit and an unearned run. After scoring early on an error, Totino-Grace's Anthony Brown lines a hit up the middle to score courtesy runner Theo Jacob to give the Eagles a 2-0 lead in the top of the 6th. An inning later, Armstrong shortstop Dawson Franke makes a great play to get the out at first, but the throw across the diamond to third is into the runner and gets away. Westfall gets up to score easily to give the Eagles a 3-0 edge. Armstrong makes it interesting in the bottom of the 7th, but sophomore pitcher Brown gets the last out on a groundout with 2 runners aboard. The Eagles are now 2-0 as they spoil Armstrong's opener with a 3-0 win.
The Hopkins softball team struggled some last season, winning 6 games. The Royals hope to get off to a good start this season as they hosted St. Louis Park. Chaz Moots has highlights.
The Royals playing outside on their turf field, St. Louis Park also playing in their season opener. Top of the first inning, Orioles up to bat. Presley Loberg, good swing and base hit to shallow center field. Gabby Fadden scores, SLP up 1-0. Bottom 1, Royals get runners on. A wild pitch allows Hopkins to score their first run of the season. The Royals would get 2 runs in the first. In the second, some nice defense here from St. Louis Park. Ella Tusignol with a diving catch at short to end the inning. The Orioles had bases loaded with 1 out in the third. Sophie Enslin with a nice play in the circle. Mackenzie Dinwiddie turns 2. Hopkins gets out of the jam with a double play. Jump to the 6th. Royals trying to add some insurance. Mary Foster, good contact back up the middle. A single for her. Foster would eventually get to third and get in a pickle, but score. That made it 5-1 Hopkins. And that's all the Royals would need. Enslin would end the game with a strikeout. Hopkins starts their season 1-0. In Minnetonka, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Boys volleyball makes its debut as a fully sanctioned Minnesota State High School League sport this spring. Maple Grove got off to a solid start in this first season, but ran into a tough opponent early this week. Chaz Moots has highlights of their match against Anoka.
Northwest Suburban Conference boys volleyball, Maple Grove on the road at Anoka. First set, Crimson on the receive. Ryan Patton set to Max Miley. Good point down the line. Maple Grove trailing 12-9. Later in the opening set, Maple Grove down 2. They cut it to 1. Patton again set, this time to Gavin Chabika. 20-19 the score after that possession. The Tornadoes finish strong. Nathan Lindbergh, big lefty swing, finds the hole in the Crimson defense. Anoka took set 1, 25-23. In the second set, good start by the Tornadoes. Hank Anderson, nice set to Mark Maznaguda, threaded it for the point for Anoka. They led by 6. MG rallied some solid defense from the Crimson. Zach Garbo with the block. The Anoka lead cut down to 3. But again, Anoka found a way to pull away late. Noah Youngquist, finesse, tap. The Tornadoes win set 2, 25-21. Set 3, more the same from Anoka. They were rock solid with their outside hitting. Josh Landa Sasa with the kill. Maple Grove got in a hole, but again, the Crimson rallied. It's Patton Chabika, again, point for MG. But Anoka consistent in putting the Crimson away late all night. They took the third set 25-18 and swept Maple Grove 3-0. In Anoka, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.